My name is Curt Winegarner. I'm an assistant public defender with the Kansas City Trial Office.
Robert P. McCulloch, prosecuting attorney of St. Louis County.
I look at my role as being the person who can provide the level playing field. If I do my job correctly, my client is going to know what his circumstances are, what his options are. He's going to have the opportunity to present his best case, to present his evidence, to find his evidence, to get access to the resources he needs, whether those are expert witnesses, whether those are the ability to find witnesses, whether that's the ability to depose, take depositions of witnesses, all those things that a person with money can afford to pay for to get his day in court. I, for the indigent, for the poor, am the person that is the key to making that happen.
The manner in which I've tried to run the office over the years, it just, it's pretty simple. And I tell all my new prosecutors coming in that their responsibility is to do the right thing. And that right thing is going to vary from case to case. It may be right in one case to pursue a prison sentence. It may be right in another case to seek probation. It may be right in another case not to file charges at all. But our responsibility as prosecutors is to do that. Our job is, we're more than just advocates. We're advocates when we walk into a courtroom, but up to the point where we do that, we've got a responsibility to the public to make sure that the guilty are prosecuted appropriately and that the innocent are not prosecuted. And that's just as important.
When I think about what's important about what I do is trying to make sure that my clients feel that the system, including me and every other part of the system, recognizes their value as a human being, and that we don't lose track of that we don't just throw people away and forget about them, put them off in prisons, jails, whatever, that we find some way to try to restore people to the best they can be in spite of whatever they might have done, even if they've done wrong. I still think that people can be redeemed, and that as an attorney, as a public defender, I might have a role in doing that. And I hope on a day-to-day basis that's what I'm doing.
All the events surrounding Ferguson took up a lot of time of a lot of people in the office, but it didn't mean everything else stopped. So our regular caseload continued. The courts still expect to have prosecutors up there when they need a prosecutor, whether it's a traffic docket or one of the major felony cases that we pursue. So that I had a great staff and good people in positions where I could say, all right, now you're going to be in charge of this until we finish this. Most of my time, from August the 9th until well after November 24th, was dedicated almost exclusively to Ferguson, but certainly keeping up with the rest that was going on. I think the most important aspect is that the public has an understanding as to what occurred. They need to know what happened and what didn't happen, which is just as important. And that's in every case that we prosecute. Now, in this case, I said from the very outset that if there's an indictment returned, then of course the information will all come out during the process of the prosecution of the case. But that if it didn't result in an indictment, then I'd release all of the information, all the testimony and the physical evidence, with some exceptions, until as soon as possible after that. So I thought that was extremely important given the nature and the notoriety of what went on and the aftermath. It created.
It does mean a lot to me just because it's a recognition from my peers that I have met the test, so to speak, of what it means to be a good public defender. And I can't think of anything that I'd rather be than a good public defender and to be recognized as doing a good job at that.
It means a great deal because it's coming from peers. It's coming from people who do what I do across the state, and there are a lot of terrific prosecutors across the state, who are very deserving of this. And so to receive this award, yes, it does mean a great deal.